Lamar Jackson finally breaks his silence on the saga between him and the Baltimore Ravens, and it ironically happens at the exact same time John Harbaugh was meant to speak today at the NFL's owners meetings in Arizona. He just let off like a 4-tweet diatribe of what's going on, the update in Baltimore, addressed as a letter to my fans. Lamar said, "I want to first thank you all for all of the love and support you consistently show towards me. All of you are amazing, and I appreciate y'all so much. I want you all to know not to believe everything that you read about me. Let me personally answer your questions. In regards to my future plans, as of March the 2nd, 2023, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization, from which the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value. Any and everyone that has met with me or been around me knows I love the game of football, and my dream is to help a team win the Super Bowl. You all are great, but I had to make a business decision that was best for my family and I. No matter how far I go or where my career takes me, I'll continue to be close to the fans of the Baltimore Flock Nation and the entire state of Maryland. You'll see me again. Trust. Let's stay connected. Subscribe to my fan base." That is the words of Lamar Jackson via Twitter about 15 minutes ago, the same time John Harbaugh was scheduled to speak at the owners' meeting. That sounds like some good posturing on Lamar's side. Sounds like something an agent would do. Okay. And we heard about this guy that's supposedly representing him, a non-NFLPA accredited or approved guy. And then Lamar said, "I don't know who the hell that is." We're hearing two sides of it. They're out leveraging each other. It is an episode of Succession or Billions unfolding before our eyes. And Lamar has let it be known today, March 27th, that he requested a trade and he no longer wants to be in Baltimore. He was slapped with the non-exclusive franchise tag, a tag that allows him to negotiate a deal with any team that he'd like, but any deal made with any other team can be matched by the Baltimore Ravens. And if not matched, the team acquiring him to an offer sheet would then have to send 2 first-round picks to the Baltimore Ravens. Well, Lamar is trying to get on top of and in front of it and get all of the leverage back on his side. He's come out today and said he no longer wants to be a Baltimore Raven. He requested a trade 23 days and 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, he requested a trade, and it doesn't appear, based on what the league is talking about, there doesn't appear to be too many teams acquiring for his services, or at least through the traditional way of signing him to an offer sheet, because teams view that as doing the work for the Baltimore Ravens. So we're going to smash and hammer out the parameters of a contract just for Baltimore to come in and say, "Okay, you got what you wanted. We'll match it. You're here to stay." If Lamar was an unrestricted free agent, more than half the league would be knocking down the doors for him, because let's call it what it is. He's a bona fide superstar, elite playmaker in this league. You can point out the fact that the last 2 seasons he did not complete it due to injuries. I think last year's was more so due to a business decision than him actually being legit injured. I think he was, but I think he put a little sauce on it, put a little yeast on it, man. I think that was a business decision. But personally, I love that Lamar represents himself, but I think Lamar would do himself a huge service if he called up David Mulligata from Athletes First, the one who got the deal that was shunned upon by league owners worldwide when Deshaun Watson was traded last year and given $230 million guaranteed. Lamar wants that for himself. He may not get that, but the closest he's going to get to it will probably come if he hires an agent, but I'm not going to tell him how to do business. But I think it would be advantageous of him to hire an agent, and not just any agent, David Mulligata, a guy that's going to look out for him. Come on now, his company's called Athletes First. And athletes are first over there because he's getting dudes bags over there. Lamar Jackson has officially requested a trade. They're saying the Colts are the sneaky team to watch for him if the quarterback that they desire is not there at pick 4, because now that Carolina's traded up to the first pick of the draft, 2 quarterbacks are going 1 and 2, and Arizona's they're open for business to trade that number 3 pick. We may see quarterback to open up the NFL draft. But then the next question goes, who's going to trade for Lamar and what are they trading for him? Because we saw the historic haul that Deshaun Watson pulled in from the Cleveland Browns. And I imagine that would be more realistic in a Lamar Jackson trade than just the 2 first rounders you'd get if you signed him to an offer sheet, given that he was given the non-exclusive franchise tag. But you never know, man. You never know. He made it known today. I wonder how quickly the league changes its mind on everything now that Lamar let it be known that he wants no parts of returning to Baltimore. He wants no parts of it. He wants out of Baltimore. He wrote his sayonara, his farewell manifesto to the fan base today. But the Browns, in exchange for Deshaun Watson, were able to get they gave first round picks in 2022, 2023, and 2024. A third round pick in 2022 and a fourth round pick in 2024, and gave him a fully guaranteed $230 million contract. Will Lamar fetch all that? Shit, in a regular world where there's no franchise tag involved, why wouldn't he? Because Deshaun Watson got that with 22 civil charges of sexual improprieties looming over his head. Lamar has no character concerns or no issues. He's a pillar of the community, and he gives you no problems on that aspect, on or off the field. He has had a couple little injuries over the last 2 years, but nothing severe. But it's Lamar Jackson, man. LJ8 era. The kid that electrified the world at Louisville and came into the NFL doing the exact same thing. This is a guy averaging about 63, 64% completion percentage. A guy that Baltimore has neglected to give a real receiving core the whole time he's been their quarterback. All they've done this offseason to add to that group was get Nelson Aguilar. You don't hear them knocking down the doors for Nuke Hopkins or any of the, no, they didn't go get Cooks. They didn't, like, bruh, all he is just him and Mark Andrews versus the fucking world out there in Baltimore. And I want to see my guy, Lamar Jackson, go to a place where he's wanted. He's treated like the hot prized commodity that he is, and a team that appreciates his services. No, I don't think it'll be my Washington Commanders, even though I think it makes a ton of sense. It won't be. But somebody, pay the price. Put your cards on the table and go get a bona fide superstar, electrifying dual threat quarterback, because these things don't grow on trees, and we don't ever see 26-year-old former MVPs of the league on the market. That's all I got for right now. LJ, Lamar Jackson lets it be known he has requested a trade weeks ago from the Baltimore Ravens, and he is tired of being silent on the topic, and he lets it be known to the whole football world. LJ, gone from Baltimore. We will see as this saga continues. That's all I got for right now. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.